What injustices do you see? What inequities do you see? And what or who are you waiting for to take control of that situation? Are you waiting for a leader? Are you waiting for a change agent? Someone who is brave and courageous? In the words of Mark Duplass, the cavalry is not coming. We have to be the leaders and the change that we want to see. And the cost of not stepping into that calling is far too great.
The inconvenient truth in our country is that healthcare is a privilege. It's not a right. And to me, that's unjust. That's another reason that I'm here. I want to live in a world and in a country where that is no longer an inconvenient truth.
Back home, right at this moment, young people are changing the narrative of the nation. They are rewriting the story of the country. And that's why stories are important. As Fitz would say, narrative is important. Narrative in medicine, narrative in healthcare, and narrative in everyday life. It's very important. Stories shape us, and they shape the world that we live in. History is just a bunch of stories. But we have to realize that not everyone in this world has the privilege of using their voice to tell their story, to tell their real stories. And this is where we come in.
I belong here. Whether that here is in this room, in California, in Kenya, in Zambia, or somewhere in between, it's not whether I'm an insider or an outsider, it's how I engage that counts. And even though I may not be in the same room or on the same continent, and even if I don't have the same lived experience as the women with whom I work, I know that I can and I should contribute my own unique assets, power, and voice to be part of this fight. I'm inspired when I think of the movement underway and the seeds that have been planted with our staff in Zambia and Kenya, with the empowerment group in Lambachomba, with the women and the Voices of Hope and Action Fistula Survivors movement. And I'm inspired when I think of all of you, so grateful for this forum and for this opportunity for us to come together to motivate, encourage, and inspire each other.
I think community to me also means that together we need to collaborate more, work more, because one of the benefits of this kind of fellowship is fostering international collaborations, helping, supporting each other to make sure that in the different countries where we work, where we come from, that no child, no woman, nobody is denied healthcare simply because of where the person comes from, the person's ethnicity, the color of the person's skin, the person's income. Health is a human right.
I think this fellowship was the door for so many of us who were facing that wall. This one has welcomed those with experience, and this one has embraced diversity. So now, as a woman who's over 40, who's not attached to an academic institution, who works for a small nonprofit in a small town in a middle-income country, who does not have a PhD, and who works for a community which is yet to get priority status. Access to this program, this peer group, the resources, the mentorship, the engagement, the encouragement, it's been amazing for me. A diverse group by design, the 2019 cohort, I feel is a remarkable blend of experts, all of who are striving for equitable outcomes in their own chosen fields. And I have been in awe of the caliber, the passionate curiosity, and the accomplishments of all my co-fellows.
As fellows, we've come to the end of the fellowship year, but I believe it is actually the beginning as change makers in this fight against health inequity. And trust me, don't be deceived. Is it going to be easy? Not at all. It's going to be tough. Are we going to feel uncomfortable? Yes, and I guess some of you have started feeling uncomfortable already. But I think that is what we have been called into, and that is what we've been called to do. And that is why we are in this space. Now, together as Atlantic Fellows, together as an Atlantic community, together with all our constituents and wherever we find ourselves, I believe this world can be a better place. We have been equipped through the year on how to organize our people, build that power to be able to effect that change that you and I want to see.